Hello, today I would like to show you how to add privileges for Ansible user. So let's switch to the command line. And in this directory Ansible, I have a script that I can use for user Ansible to just create a password authentication. I have this playbook and I will run it later, and you can see YAML files SSH sessions. However, I want to add a sudo. So we cat ansible sudo, and this script will add a sudo. So it is working almost the same way as the previous script, but one thing is different. Sudo user mode -ag admins user name. So I will switch to, for example, worker one. It is done exactly the same situation is on each remote host. It is done on every host there. So by default, I do not recommend using sudo because of the security. This is obvious, maybe not for all of you, but yeah, it's better to use su-root and then provide a password for the root instead of working as a sudo user. But sometimes there is a problem, and in most cases, Ansible need to escalate the privileges, and you don't want to type the password each time, and it's much more convenient to work as a sudo user. This is less secure. However, more than less secure is something that I'm going to present now. First of all, you need to install the sudo package. So after you log in as user, apt install sudo, just like that. This is a Debian distro. So on another distro, you are using DNF, YAM, Pacman, or something else. Okay, sudo is installed. Then you need to provide vsudo command. And instead of admins, usually you have sudo, $sudo, or instead of $sudo, there is a $will user. And this dollar admins all no pass w doesn't exist. I created it, and this is more than less secure option, just because then you can use sudo to perform every command, because all equals all mean that the user, in this case Ansible, each user added to group admins actually, or will, or sudo, depends on, because if you will replace admins with sudo or will, and then you will add a user to this group, user will be able to perform commands as a sudo with escalated level. And also, if you will add this entry with no passw, it will not ask you for a password for the user, not for the root, but for the user. If you're using sudo command something, then it asks for the password for the user, not for the root. If you will switch to root, then it will ask for a su-root, and it will ask for a root password. Okay, so basics information, but this is something that is crucial if you want to work with sudo. Okay, but this is the convenient way how we can work with sudo and without password. So sometimes it's much more convenient, especially if you are working at home lab, but at the company, you should reconsider it. Okay, but I like to work in a convenient way, right? Okay, so this is it. And normally you have to add manually, so sudo user mode and then -ag and admins and then Ansible, right? So because I don't want to add manually the user Ansible to group admins, because if I will display Ansible, the user doesn't exist in group admins, it's not added there. So first of all, you need to create a group, so group add and admins, and then add a user group with user mod command, add a user group to group admins. Currently, the group admins exist, so if you will grep admins in etc group, you can see it is existing group, and also Adrian is a member of a group admins, and ID Adrian also will display that group at the end. This group. Okay, so good. So we want to add this user to group admins on every single remote host. So we will perform this script. Ansible sudo, and I already make it executable, ansible, and here we go. Checking please, and voila, user is added to sudoers. Excellent. So the lesson number 2 is done, and we will follow next lesson. Thank you very much. Have a nice day or night. Take care. Bye bye.